Well, hello everybody. You've been asking about it. We are ready to go. For the last week and a half, have been collecting survey responses from all of you, asking you to rank your favorite movies and television series of all time in various groups of time periods. One of them being World War II, one being the ancient era up through the Napoleonic era, one being Napoleonic, like 1815, the end of Napoleonic era through the end of World War I, and then one being post World War II. So we are ready with the results, and I'm going to reveal your top 16 in those categories. Today we're going to look at two of them. We're going to look at the World War II bracket, and we're going to look at the post-World War II bracket. And these are how you ranked the top 16 in each of those brackets, and now you get a chance to vote. We're doing this like a March Madness style, so I'm going to put a link in the description below for each of these two brackets, and what you need to do now is vote on what you prefer in each competition. So here we go. Number one came out to be Band of Brothers, that epic HBO 10-part miniseries following Company E of the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment in the 101st Airborne Division. And that's going up against Come and See, which I think would probably have made it higher if more people had seen it. I've had a chance to watch parts of it, and it seems to be fantastic. It's difficult to watch, but it's very real, and might be one of the best war movies ever made. But there you have it. Band of Brothers, Come and See. You've got to pick one of those two to see who advances to the next round. Number two, Saving Private Ryan. Of course, a largely fictional story set in the backdrop of a very real Europe in 1944 against the Battle of Britain, which is a film made about the air battle that saved Britain from possible invasion by the Nazi forces. Number three, Tora, 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 that fantastic movie showing the events leading up to and including the attack on Pearl Harbor versus Thin Red Line, which is one that doesn't seem to get a lot of credit, but it has some really good parts to it, and it's set in the Pacific during World War II. Number four, The Longest Day, which might be the very best from start to finish movie about the events of D-Day. Star-studded film with all kinds of people, and it's a long movie too, but it's really, really good. Letters from Iwo Jima comes in at number 13. Bridge Too Far, number 5. Following the events of the Allied invasion of Holland, Operation Market Garden. Number 12 is Enemy at the Gates, that sniper story about Vasily Zaitsev, who was a sniper during the events of the battle for Stalingrad during World War II. Interesting matchup we have right here. Number 6, we get the 1976 Charlton Heston Midway movie against last year's Midway film coming in at number 11. So you get a chance to choose between your favorite Midway movies there. Number 7, we've got the HBO miniseries The Pacific, which was kind of a follow-up to Band of Brothers. A lot of the same folks involved in making that one, but follows events in the Pacific Theater of Operations against Hacksaw Ridge, another movie focusing on the Pacific, but it's the story of conscientious objector Desmond Dost. Fantastic films, both series and film, both. And then number 8 versus number 9, you have the biopic, kinda, Patton, which focuses on the events General Patton was involved in during his part of World War II, starring George C. Scott. And he won an Oscar for that, and I believe he famously rejected receiving that Oscar. Against number 9, which is Das Boot. Now, I believe there's a new series out that's called Das Boot, but this is the film. The film that follows the crew of a U-boat during World War II. So there are your top 16 in the World War II category. Go ahead and click on the link in the description. Go over and vote in each of those matchups, which one you want to advance to the next round. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at the post-World War II bracket. Okay, on to our post-World War II bracket. Coming in right at number 1, Apocalypse Now. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. All right, up against number 16, Clint Eastwood film, I believe, Heartbreak Ridge. Number 2, Mel Gibson's We Were Soldiers. Lots of great cast members of that one. Probably my personal favorite on this list. Up against number 15, Generation Kill. Another one of my favorites here. Number 3 is Black Hawk Down, the story of the events around the Battle of Mogadishu, I think in 1993. If you go back and watch that now, you will be surprised at how many big stars are in that. If I remember right, just off the top of my head, you've got I believe Orlando Bloom was in that, Eric Bana, Jason Isaacs, I think Barry Pepper is in there. Who's the guy that played Ewan McGregor? And I'm just thinking of a few off the top of my head. Tons of future big stars in Black Hawk Down. Number 14, the Tom Cruise film Born on the 4th of July. Number 4, Platoon against number 13, The Hurt Locker. So you'll notice there's a theme. There's a lot of Vietnam movies against more modern war films. And that's the case here again with number 5, Full Metal Jacket against number 12, Lone Survivor. Number 6, Hamburger Hill against number 11, the MASH television series. I wanted to distinguish that from the movie, which has a completely different cast in it, but same characters. Number 7, Jarhead against number 10, Behind Enemy Lines. You gotta like anything that's got Gene Hackman in it. He plays an admiral in this one. And then number 8, American Sniper against number 9, Zero Dark 30. American Sniper, of course, the story of Chris Kyle, the most prolific sniper in American history, against Zero Dark 30, which is the telling the story of the events leading up to the killing of Osama bin Laden back in 2011. So there you have it. Go ahead and click on those 2 links down in the description. Start voting. In a couple of days, we will go ahead and post another video with the other 2 brackets, and we'll give those about a week or so, and then we will announce the top 32, and we'll do this all again. Thanks for watching, guys.